Today I am discussing about Introduction to DBMS and Database Design. Within the introduction, first we can understand about what is the databases and what is the meaning of database management system. A database means it organized collection of structured information, those data stored electronically in a computer system. Within the databases, we are storing different operational data by using of different applications by the different end users of any kind of the enterprises by a set of outside unauthorized applications and authorized users. Now, I want to discuss about what is the meaning of database management system. If you want to manage the databases, we need one software. The software, we call it as a DBMS. A DBMS is a software designed to store, retrieve, define and manage the data in a databases. Actually, the main examples of databases: Microsoft Excel, Spreadsheet, Microsoft Access. These are the good examples of desktop database programs. Now here we have to see that the main examples of the DBMS are MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, DBase, Proxflow. By using of the database software, we have to design different kinds of the applications. We can store it. At any time we can retrieve it. We can define number of tables within the applications, and we have to manage. The meaning of the manage means we have to update and delete the data in the databases. And next, what are the applications of the database? In the real world, anywhere in our routine life, we are using many database applications. The familiar database applications are airline reservation systems for collecting of passengers and flight information, banking system, transaction information and customer information, corporate records, that means our routine information about the different kinds of the projects or maybe the applications or maybe the different kinds of the employees information can be maintained. Universities and colleges maintaining different kinds of the applications of student details or the faculty information, course detail, fee structure, everything we are maintaining within the databases. Manufacturing and selling, product details, selling, cost, that means prices, everything we are maintaining the so many tables. Next one, human resources, like that also. Here we have to see that what are the uses of DBMS. The main uses of the DBMS are effective and efficient management of the data. Efficiently, we have to manage the data by using of different kinds of the SQL queries. Next one, query processing and management. If you are raising any doubt, if you want to retrieve anything, we have to ask the question, that is the query format. The query will be processed immediately. The data can be retrieved from the databases. Actually, meaning of databases means collection of tables. The tables maintaining some relationships also. Next one, the main use is the easy to understand and user friendly. Any user can access any data at any time, and any user can also understand the content of database tables. Next one, security and integrity data. Here we are providing the security tightly for your databases. The database administrator will give all the privileges before accessing any data. And integrity of data means complete data, accurate data and consistency data is available within the particular databases. Next one, we have to see the diagram is showing what is the connectivity for the end user and the database application. If any end user wants any application, means the database application, it will connect with the database software. That is the database software means the DBMS. Automatically the DBMS, it will collect the data from the databases. The database is having the different kinds of the tables, or we call it as a relations also. If you want to generate any application, if you want to create any application, compulsory we have to generate the different kinds of the databases by using of the DBMS software. Automatically within the databases we have to store the different kinds of the data according to your integrity constraints. Based on that only we have to retrieve the data efficiently when we have to need the data. And next one, main thing is that we have to provide the so much of security for protecting your data from unauthorizations. Actually the DBA will take care of everything about the authorization and unauthorization accessing of data. Next one, how to access the data. If you want to fetch any data from the databases, we have to fetch it by using of the different SQL queries. These SQL queries already we have to discuss within the next class. And here what are the examples of the DBMS? Already in the previous slide we discussed about the Oracle, MySQL Server. And next we have to see that what are the advantages of DBMS. The main advantages is, first one is the improved data sharing. That means multiple users can access the data, means automatically the database can be shared by the multiple users at multiple timings or the concurrent timings also. Next one is the controlling redundancy. We are not saying about completely avoiding. We try to minimizing or reducing of the redundancy of the data. Redundancy already you know that is the repetition of the data. That means here with the DBMS will maintain the centralized databases automatically. It will doesn't support the redundancy. Third one is the improved data security. Already we have to given the some clue about DBA can handle about the security for your overall databases for accessing of the data. Next one, minimized data inconsistency. Data inconsistency means the data format is correct or what the data is correct, we have to decide when we are designing of any relations. That means it will be minimized. The data inconsistency, this is the main advantage for the DBMS. Next one is the data concurrency. The data concurrency means that many users at a time can access the data at the same data also. Same time, same data can be accessed by the multiple users. That is, we call it as a data concurrency. And next one is the data integration. Data integration means the overall complete data. And next one, the consistent data is available within the databases. And next one is the data backup and recovery. Already, if you have any damages, any crashes will be occurred on the hard disk or any kind of the failures, automatically the databases backups are available. Automatically we can access from the databases. And next we have to see that designing of the databases. On the right side we are having the diagram is there. Within that we have to observe that if you want to design any data, we have to follow the different kinds of the steps. What are the steps? The designer, what are the steps here? Requirement collection and analysis, conceptual design, logical design, physical design, functional analysis, application program design, operational implementation. We will discuss each and every step one by one. Before that, the designer needs some steps. Designing of any database, what are the steps? First, they have the designer have some clarity about what kind of the data they have to design it, and next one is the what data we have to store it, everything they have to determine it. Next one is the we have to, after designing of the databases, designing of the tables or the any kind of the relations. Next we have to see the relationships. We can maintain the different kinds of the relationships from the one-to-one or one-to-many or many-to-many by using of the primary and foreign keys. We should maintain some relationship between the different elements. And next one is the sometimes those relationships can be converted into the logical structure based upon your what the relationships are designed on the particular databases. Now we have to see the step-by-step process of the database design. First one is the requirement analysis. Already everyone knows what is the requirement analysis mean. If you want to frame any kind of the database, first we have to collect all the database requirements as well as the functional requirements before designing of any database. Second one is the conceptual design. What the data we are collected, what the requirements are collected for designing of the database, those collection has analyzed, and we have to make it as some conceptual schema. The conceptual schema, the other name we call it as a ER diagram. So everyone knows what is the entity relationship diagram. The diagrams, that means what the data we are collected for making of the particular database, automatically we have to make it as some diagrammatic format. The diagrammatic format we call it as a entity relationship diagram. We will discuss this topic also in the next video. Third one is the logical design. What is the logical design? After conversion of the conceptual design, we have to those diagrams we have to move it, or we have to shift it into the relational schemas. What is the meaning of relational schema? The relation we call it as a table. Schema means that is the relation table plus instances. Based on the syntaxes, we have to design the table. And next one is the normalization. The main intention or main goal of the normalization means by using of the different kinds of the normalization forms, we have to eliminate the redundancy, and we have to remove the different kinds of the anomalies. That may be the different kinds of the anomalies, we have to avoid it by using of the normalization. And next we have to see the physical design. The last one after requirement collection, conceptual design, logical design and normalization. Finally we have to convert the overall database design into the physical design for implementing of the databases. And next we have to discussing about ER diagrams. The ER diagrams means entity relationship diagram. It will displace the relationship of the entity set stored in a database. The main advantage for the ER diagrams, it will help you to explain the logical structure of the databases. What are the entities, what are the relationship, how many entities are participated in the particular diagram, and what kind of the connections, what kind of the relationships are maintained. This is the familiar with the flowchart also. Why? Because the ER diagrams looks very familiar with the flowchart. And next one, here also within the ER diagrams, we can include it the many specialized symbols and meanings, and there the different kinds of the models are the unique. And next one we have to see that ER diagram model. The ER diagram model allows you to draw the database design within your mind. What is the blueprint of the database is there, we can draw it by using of the ER diagram, and everything we can easily understand about the ER diagram. Why? Because this is the graphical tool for modeling of the data and widely used in the database. It is the first the GUI representation of the logical structure of the database. It mainly help you to identify the entities, which are the entities and which are the relationships, and what kind of the relationships are maintaining, and between the different kinds of the entities. Everything we have to clear picture we have to mention by using of the ER diagrams. And next we have to see why you use ER diagrams. It helps you to define the terms related to the entity relationship modeling. It will provide the preview of how all your tables should connect, what fields are going to be on each table. For example, if we can say that student table, automatically the student means that is we call it as an entity. And next one, within the student is a table, that means within the ER diagram we call it as an entity. The student having the different kinds of the features, or maybe the fields. What are the fields here? Student ID, student number, student address. These are the different kinds of the fields are attached to your entity or maybe the table. The preview can be given within the ER diagram. It only helps to describe of the different kinds of the entities, attributes and the relationships also. And next one is it allows to quickly to build our databases. And next one is it can be used by the designers to a blueprint for the implementing of data in a specific software application. And next one is it giving the better understanding of the information what is contained within the database with the help of the ER diagrams. And next one is it allows you to communicate with the logical structure of the database to users. What are the main components of the ER diagram? The main models, the ER model is based on main three concepts. One is the entity, second one is the attributes, and third one is the relationship. The next we will discuss the entities and attributes and relationships in the next video. Thank you all.